today's the day. The 0.4 patch for PoE 2 live stream announcement. I got my little bingo card here. I got my brother here too. I'm gonna run down the bingo card real quick. A monk, a ranger, a sorcerer, and a huntress all get their third ascendancy. Boots always have a movement speed on them. Bosses are gonna get buffed in the campaign in the end game. More life nodes on the passive tree. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say they're gonna add the duelist, and a duelist is gonna bring swords along with it. Rarity is gonna be taken off of gear. More uniques, or just better uniques. Visual clarity addressed. Delirium fog taken out, of course, changed visually. This one's also very bold, and I haven't heard anyone else predict this, but an in-game loot filter. I think that'd be great. A brand new pinnacle boss, like on the on the same level as the Harbiter. Just overall, more kill gems added for all classes. More PoE 1 MTXs ported over. Armor and evasion are actually going to be made good. Towers are either going to be gone, or it's going to be some kind of thing where you craft your towers per performance addressed. At lists map gets a reset after you reach a certain goal or objective. Test a dummy to like test out your damage and can the towns or can your hideout. Corrupted guild gems because it's Vaal. Less punishment for dying in the end game. Trial the ancestors and in incursion and or Vaal side areas. That's everything. 10 seconds.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. I'm excited. You excited?
I'm very excited.
Me as well. Oh,
Jonathan Rogers,
director on Path of Exile 2, and welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal for what's coming next for Path of Exile 2. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so you'll be able to claim your Verdant Wilds dodge roll effect by following the instructions below. Now today, it's finally time to show off a new class that we know everyone in the community's been waiting for. So let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile 2, The Last of the Druids.
Oh, I didn't grab my Red Bull. Fuck! Like, I don't have wings.
Uh-oh.
He's naked. We have a Terminator 2 action going on here.
Well, well. What have we got here then?
You lost, fella?
Hey, we're talking to you.
I asked you a question.
He is my beetle.
There's the bear.
What's wrong
Shit,
with him?
that bear looks cool.
Ah, he's lost his bloody mind.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Dude, that looks so fucking sick.
Oh my.
Elemental damage in wild shape, dude.
Minions.
And minions, yes!
god.
Those are wyvern.
Dragon.
They were right. The data miners were right. Dude, that's sick. Dude, that's so fucking cool.
This is gonna be the best class by far.
Oh my god, dude.
This shit looks so cool.
I've never seen, okay, Druid and any other RPG be able to turn into a dragon. That's so sick.
I will find you, Eve.
Like a 70% of people are going to be playing that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
As you can see, the Druid is a shape-shifting elemental spellcaster.
Yep.
After his fellow Druids were destroyed by the King in the Mists, the Druid lost his humanity in the forests of Ogham, where he wandered for years as a beast. Now, finally reawakened, he's
Ogham.
determined to find his lost
Unicorn.
wife and regain his humanity. The Druid has been one of the hardest classes for us to design. As well as having human spells, he has 3 animal forms, and we wanted to make sure that there were interesting combos between all of them. The Druid is our first hybrid strength and intelligence class. That means he needs to have the ability to use spells and attacks.
We've needed
As a
that.
human, the Druid typically uses magical staves to harness the powers of the earth and the natural world. One of the first skills you will learn is the ability to create small volcanoes from the earth. This skill spits out balls of magma at your enemies, and will continue to do so
That's
for
what the
some time.
Sekima's boss does. That's
While the
cool.
volcano is active, turn into an animal and wade into melee range. Many of the skills you use as a human last for a significant period of time, giving you a good chance to turn into an animal and rage out. But how do you turn into an animal, you may ask? Well, the answer is a
Talismans.
new weapon type that druids use, animal talismans.
Yep.
When you equip an animal talisman,
I knew
you
he
can
was
choose
gonna
which
be
animal form you would like the
tied.
talisman to represent.
Oh.
Depending on what you choose, you'll be given that animal's basic
so you can
attack
have
as a new
Vaal.
skill to equip. For a bear, that's Maul. To turn into a bear, simply use the skill. Your character will instantly transform into a bear and attack. If you want to change back to a human, just cast a spell. You will instantly swap back and cast it.
Oh,
We wanted to
dude.
make sure that swapping between
it can-
forms was seamless and immediate. Changing forms should be
It
something that you
looks,
do without even thinking about
it looks
all the time in
seamless.
battle.
It looks good too. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
In order
good
to allow for
animation.
hybrid melee and caster gameplay, most of the skills you use in your human form last for some time and aid your animal skills in some way. The volcano we used earlier will emit more molten balls whenever you hit it with a slam.
Holy shit,
Make
the
it perfect for
AoE.
use with your bear
Yeah.
form's furious slam.
Yeah.
While in bear form, many of your abilities use rage. There are a lot of ways to generate rage, but the
There's
easiest
already
one is
so
simply
much I want
smash
to
your
talk
enemies
about
with maul.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Once you see the runes on your back glowing, it means you have enough rage to do a much more devastating version of your furious slam.
That's cool.
Your bear form can also go on a rampage, stomping the ground as you demolish your foes. The more rage you have, the longer the rampage lasts, and doing it over a volcano makes it even better.
Oh, what's the combo look like? Oh, it just
Oh, he can just activate it.
shoots out
As
more
you
fire.
consume rage, your bear form will generate endurance charges, and these can be used with skills like Ferocious Roar.
Nice.
Ferocious Roar is a war cry that empowers
Jeff.
your subsequent attacks to break your opponent's armor. The more endurance charges you have when you use it, the more empowered attacks you will gain. But Ferocious Roar has another special feature too. It's a meta gem that allows you to socket any Warcry gem from another class into it, giving you the
Oh.
ability to use these skills as a bear. Use the Warrior's Infernal Cry skill to make your
The
enemies
Ranger
explode.
has one of those meta gems.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He has a little monkey following him.
Or use Seismic Cry to stun your enemies and double up the number of slams you do.
That's gonna be so fun to
shit.
use.
You can
Yeah.
even use it with Ancestral Call, a skill that turns you into the fire god Cow. Ever wonder what the heroic god War would like if he was a bear? Well, wait no longer.
That's the coolest shit
Finally,
ever.
That
with
shit
enough
is
rage, you
cold.
can use one of the bear's ultimate abilities, Walking Calamity. This skill summons a storm of fire around you for some time, while generating
Oh my
even more rage
God.
to power your other abilities. A true bear apocalypse.
That's crazy.
Now, the bear is known for being a slower and more lumbering animal, with slower attacks and heavy slams. But what if you want to turn into something a little more nimble? Well, let's check out the second animal form for the druid, wolf form.
It looks like this is
For the
completely
wolf
like
form, we want it to go
bipedal too.
fast and
This is what
furious.
you wanted.
Even just the wolf's basic
Yeah.
attack will leap forward and rake his foes.
That's a werewolf
After
right there.
attacking, the wolf stands up on 2 legs, but after running for a short time, he goes back on all 4s, allowing to move more quickly between packs of enemies. The wolf has a lot of cold attacks based on his association with the moon, and the first of these is Lunar Assault. It's great for freezing your enemies in place. After they're frozen, use your basic rake attack to knock shards of ice off your enemies, which land on the ground nearby and explode. If you want to get
In-game,
into
your
battle
damage is
quickly,
going to be
you
higher.
can use your pounce attack.
Yeah.
This skill leaps at a target
This is
and
just
applies a mark to
showing
them.
what it does.
Killing the marked enemy will summon a wolfman into your side, allowing them to fight with you. Mark and kill as many enemies as you can to build up a sizable pack. While an enemy is marked, your wolves will prioritize that target and do more damage the more wolves you have, so make sure you keep your pack strong. Now, one problem you might run into is your wolf pack dying in boss fights. You often don't have any enemies that you can mark and kill in order to regenerate your pack. To deal with this problem, you can use Cross Slash. Cross Slash jumps backwards and does a vicious double slash. Any marks on your target explode and triggers their abilities. This allows you to pounce to mark an enemy and then summon a wolf even without killing it. Cross Slash also has another feature
Whoa.
though. Remember those ice fragments from before?
I like how it makes
Cross
those
Slash will
marks on the
propel any
ground.
ice shards on the ground towards its central target. First, freeze your enemies with Lunar Assault. Then rake them to create as many ice fragments as you can. Then follow up with Cross Slash to generate a field of icy explosions to obliterate your enemies. If they're still alive after that, your pack of wolves can finish them off. Just like with the bear's
Wow.
raw skill earlier that allows you to use skills from other classes, Pounce is also a meta gem that you can socket mark skills from other classes into.
Okay.
So for example, you might want to try adding Freezing Mark from the Monk to Pounce. After pouncing at an enemy, Cross Slash to explode the mark and gain extra cold damage for a time. The Wolf has many other ways to go all in on cold though. Using the Arctic Howl Warcry will allow you to add cold damage and chilled ground to any slam, while buffing your pack of wolves as well. You can also use it to freeze enemies that are close to being frozen, making it much faster to use your other combos. Finally, the wolf also has the ability to call down the power of the moon to transform into an Arctic werewolf with
Oh,
the Lunar
dude.
Blessing.
Whoa.
In this form, you move and attack more quickly and deal extra cold damage. Consuming Rage will extend the duration of your Arctic
Because
wolf
it-
form, so you could try a
Even if you
hybrid
go to
version
bear, the
and you can
wolves
utilize the
hang out
skill to its
still.
full effect.
That's cool.
Okay, so you gotta pick what build you want to do, the wolf or the bear
All
build.
right. Let's talk about the third form available to the druid, and I
Well,
think it's a cool one.
Because
The Wyvern.
he had wolves
The
out,
Wyvern has a number
then he
of
went
long-range
to the
breath
bear,
abilities.
but the wolves
But that
didn't
doesn't
go
mean
away,
can't
so
get
you
into
can
melee
do
range when you
both.
want to. The
His
basic
skill
attack
gem
of the
stays the
Wyvern
same
is
though.
Rend.
Yeah.
Jump
They were
forward into
still all
combat
the ice
and
ones.
slash your
Unless you
enemies
can do
with
an
your
ice
lethal
bear, that'd be
talons.
cool.
If they're close to
Maybe.
being stunned, you can blow them off balance with a blast from your wings, causing an explosion of damage.
I want to do the drag.
After the battle,
wyvern.
though, it's
That's
time
cool.
to feed. Devour the corpses of monsters to create power charges, and this is when the Wyvern's abilities really come online. When using Rend, you can consume a power charge
Lightning.
to charge up your wings with lightning. Not only does this do a
Nice.
bunch of damage,
This
but
is
it
what
allows you
everyone's
to
gonna
turn this
do.
melee
Lightning
skill
is
into a
like
much larger AoE attack.
because like it's so much better
Once your wings are charged,
than
your
everything
wing
else,
blast will also
basically.
do lightning explosions for
Yeah.
even more damage.
unless they buff it, unless they nerf it.
If your enemies are close to death, no need to wait for them to actually die. When you see this blue marker, just devour them alive. Fresh meat is much tastier after all.
That's cool.
Does it heal you?
Alright, so those are some melee options. But how about range? Well, you wouldn't be much of a dragon if you couldn't breathe fire after all.
Yep.
Rolling magma is the first of the Wyvern's
Rolling
breath attacks.
magma.
Spit balls of fire
Whoa.
that bounce along the ground. These balls will trigger volcanoes as well, so it's a good idea to cast one as a human right before you
Or
start
you can
spinning.
spam the shad of it.
Yeah.
Bet.
Rolling magmas from PoE 1. It's like one of the best spells in
But
the
that's
game.
not all you can spit. You have something
Blood?
a little nastier in that gullet of yours.
You can ignite the blood.
Spitting a barrage of oil at your enemies will
oil.
cover them in a viscous
Oh, oil.
sludge that makes them easier to ignite.
That's cool.
If you have power charges though, plant your wings in the ground and vomit a barrage of lightning-infused projectiles. The more power charges you have, the longer you can do this for. But make sure you keep your
Nice.
foes at range.
Oh, it's a
You're
lightning
vulnerable
version of
to melee attacks while
Incinerate.
channeling this
Yup.
skill. In order to help with that, let's take a
Cool.
quick diversion back to some of your human abilities. As a druid of Scoth, you have the ability to harness the power of nature to create entangling vines to slow down your enemies.
Dude.
Another of nature's punishments is
Holy
the
crap.
thunderstorm. Creating one of these will create periodic strikes of lightning from the sky and will also make your enemies wet. Why is that useful? Well, of course, things that are wet are easier to shock.
Getting them wet,
Use
dude.
it with lightning damage from your wyvern form to enhance your damage. Making things wet also makes them easier to freeze, so it works nicely with your wolf form as well. And you know what else likes water? Plants. Water your plants to give them various extra abilities. Use Lightning Storm with Entangle to make them last longer, and attach more vines to each enemy, slowing them further. Summon thrashing
damn.
vines to
I
slam
don't
at
think
your
I've
enemies for a
ever
time.
seen an RPG
Any
use
that are created
rain
in
as a
water will be
mechanic.
larger and deal more damage.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's insane.
Now then, with our enemies sufficiently subdued with our plants, time to really lay into them with our lightning-infused barrage. Now, this last wyvern ability is just ridiculous, but we felt like we had to do it.
There are.
Use Flame Breath to take to the skies and rain down a stream of fire on
Oh
your
yeah,
enemies.
we saw this in the
You
trailer.
have
This
wings,
is.
so we have to take full advantage of them after all. So fly around and burn in it.
I wonder if that puts you out of
so
range of
cool.
like melee attacks. Like, can they hit you if they're on the ground?
Now there are a few other skills we didn't cover, but there's one in particular that I think will open up a lot of builds. Spell Totems. Spell
Totems, more
are
totems.
metagems that let you create a totem that will automatically cast any spell in the game for a time. In order to create one, you will need to spend 3 endurance or 3 power charges. You could use them to throw fireballs, summon comets, or shower the area in lightning. Really, the options are kind of endless. Your bear form can
Yeah.
easily generate endurance charges by consuming
There
rain,
are so
and your
many
wyvern
builds
form
you can
easily
do
create
here.
power charges by eating corpses. So it's pretty easy for the druid to get the charges needed. But they're also available from quite a few other places as well. I'm sure
God
we'll be seeing a
damn.
lot of different spellcaster classes thinking about how best to take advantage of these. Now, of course, along with a new class comes a bunch of new support gems.
Mm-hmm.
We've added over 30 new supports throughout the game, but I'll show you
That's
a
a
few of
lot.
the cooler ones here. Fan the Flames can be added to any wind skill to spread fire from one ignited enemy to the other enemies behind them. It's great for the wyvern's wing blast.
Monk uses wind,
We
so
can
that
also
could,
use it on
you
many
can
other
make a
classes
fire
with
monk.
wind skills, like the Twisters on the Huntress, or the Monk's Staggering Palm Projectile.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Accelerated
Ooh,
growth causes
a fire
extra
monk would be
explosive
cool.
plants to erupt from the ground whenever you grow plants with rain. And Advancing Storm changes storm skills like your Thunderstorm or Tornado to move across the battlefield. It's great for watering plants en masse, or to turn tornadoes into a
Yama,
real disaster
Yama,
by sucking
Yama.
up multiple ground effects.
My
as they come
boy.
along. And the Sorceress might like to use it with Firestorm as well.
No way.
Oh man.
Echoing Cry causes
See
your
that
warcry
AoE?
skills to echo. They will repeat a couple more times with a delay after you use them, giving you more empowered attacks. Use it for the druid's animal form war cries, or on the warrior for a nice power boost.
Nice.
Grounding Shocks causes monsters you shock to turn into living Tesla coils, arcing lightning to nearby enemies. You
That's
could
gonna be
use
good
it
on
with your
Lightning
empowered
Archer.
wings for an extra damage boost. But
Oh,
it's
God.
also great with any other shocking skill. Try it
Deadeye's
out with
getting
Lightning
more
Spear.
stuff.
It obviously needed more AoE clear. There's a whole
Yeah,
pile
but
more.
that's
We'll
what I
leave
mean.
those for you to discover. Now with a new class comes new Ascendancy classes. The Druid will have 2 options for now, with a
Yep.
third being released later. The first
I
class
assumed
is
he'd only get the 2.
Shaman.
Shaman.
The
That's
Shaman
the one I'm
channels
interested in.
nature's elemental fury and can harness rage as a spellcaster, unifying his animalistic and magical tendencies. By allocating Druidic Champion, you gain spell damage the angrier you are. And with Furious Wellspring, you generate rage continuously and can spend it to empower your spells. With the knowledge of the Asmerian Magi, the Shaman can harness untapped power from runes and idols. After allocating Wisdom of the Magi,
Whoa.
you will notice that all runes and idols have extra mods
Oh
only
my
available to the
God.
Shaman. These new mods unlock countless new possibilities for enhancing your build.
Oh,
You can also allocate Bringer of the Apocalypse.
This means they
allowing you
probably
to become
raised
a
the drop
walking
rate
natural disaster.
of
After
runes.
dealing enough elemental damage, storms of all elements rain around you, destroying all who would face
Holy
nature's
shit.
fury.
Jesus
All 3 of
Christ.
them.
There are other abilities
Just
for the
pop
Shaman,
off.
but I'll just show a few from each class for now. The other Druid Ascendancy is the Oracle. The Oracle perfected the power of foresight and utilizes this in combat to gain massive advantage. When taking Fateful Vision,
Oracle.
you will see visions of your future self using specific skills. If you decide to follow this path by using the skill yourself, it will do significantly more damage.
Whoa, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And with Converging Paths, at a critical moment in battle when a monster is
guy.
vulnerable to freeze, stun, or electrocution, the Oracle can use Moment of Vulnerability to see a vision of the enemy's future, and then merge it with the current timeline, allowing him to deal damage to both.
Are
Whoa.
And one of my
What?
favorites, when you first become an Oracle, you'll notice over 130 new extra passives.
That's what I like
appear
to
in the
see.
Druid section of the tree.
hundreds
By
of those little
allocating the
dots.
unseen path, you use your power of foresight to learn from alternate futures and gain skills that would otherwise be unavailable to you. For example,
what does that mean?
self-sacrificing allows you to be able to summon more minions by reducing their spirit costs, with the trade-off of making your reservation skills cost more spirit. Or Corruption Endures, which allows oracles to have a small chance to avoid death. Both the Druid
What?
Ascendancies offer interesting and unique ways to gain modifiers that no other classes can get, so we're expecting a huge variety of build possibilities from these.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now there are unique talismans for the Druid to use as well. We won't spoil all of them, but this one was particularly cool. Fury of the King turns your bear form into a fire demon, converting most of your damage to fire. As a demon, you
Look
can
at
also
that
use Molten
damage.
Crash, a jumping slam attack. that leaves
534
fishes
to
around.
740?
This unique also continuously grants
big.
glory.
That's a
allowing you to use
unique.
your ultimate abilities more easily. Now, of course,
we
the
have to
Druid
level
is
That's a good
overpowered to
unique.
0 for 0. We still have a bunch more to show. With every new release, we create a new league with new mechanics, new pinnacle bosses, and with a new story to tell. And this time is no
Dude,
exception.
that
So
shit
let's
is-
roll the trailer for the fate of the Vaal.
That shit is peak.
The palace
Holy shit.
of Queen Atziri. It is a ruin, but in the dark, machines still churn.
They better give her 2 more boobs. She's supposed to have 4 of them. It looks like Incursion.
The temple has many functions. And with it,
Yep, it's
a
Incursion.
chance to save the Vaal. A gateway through time. Travel into the past again and again.
That guy, I love that
Alter the
boss.
temple. Uncover its secrets. You'll be
The machine
rewarded
gun.
for
Yeah.
your sacrifice. And somewhere in the deepest chamber, my queen awaits. I beg of you, hear me. The beast cannot give you what you desire.
You may have studied it, Doriani, but you do not know it like I do. It adores me. Come now, give unto me your desire. At last, fulfill my soul.
Oh, I'm getting a little zesty with the monster there. Dude, that shit looks good.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile.
Okay, looks like
In
we're
the
not
fate
gonna
of the
get
Vaal League, you will find remnants of the ancient Vaal civilization
swords.
scattered throughout
Okay,
Rayclass.
so
They seem to attract
we can
nearby
mark
creatures
off
and affect them strangely.
uniques. We can mark off
After killing them, the remnant appears to gain some amount of power, but
Incursion.
not enough to fully activate it. It seems you will need to find 5 more of these arcane devices, and sacrifice the monsters you find there to fully activate one. But things don't always go to plan. These devices are old, and sometimes infected by corruption. Twisted versions of ancient Vaal may emerge, and sometimes even stronger foes. On fully activating one of the devices, you finally discover its true purpose. A portal opens and takes you deep underground to a lost temple, once the home of Atziri, Queen of the Vaal. What treasures could still be inside? I
on.
think you're gonna want to find out.
Corrupted skill
In
gems.
front of the entrance is a console of some kind, and on activating it, you can see a map of the temple. Atziri's personal chambers are on the far side, but how could anyone get there? There are disconnected rooms, and the layout doesn't seem to make sense. And that's when you realize the purpose of the ancient devices scattered through Rayclast. The temple is powered by sacrifice, and this energy can be used to modify the very structure of the temple itself. Each time you run the temple, you will be given 6 rooms that you can place, allowing you to craft your own dungeon to explore. Place paths to link up the dungeon, and place rooms beside them full of precious loot.
I like
you are
this
happy with
way
your
more.
choices, open the temple and
I think
discover the
PoE
results
1's
of your
incursion
efforts.
already.
Each room contains different challenges along with its rewards. On entering a room, the doors will slam shut behind you and you will need to face the encounter within. But choose wisely. It's important where you place the rooms to get maximum returns. For example,
Those
when
are
placing a
new
commander,
mobs.
You could just place it anywhere along an existing path, but a much better strategy is to place it next to a garrison of troops for him to command. With better leadership, the garrison will level up, making the monsters harder, but also more rewarding. Different rooms have different requirements for leveling up. For example, if you want to fully level up a smithy, you will need to supply it with golems from an adjacent golem works, and hook up a generator to the power network to supply it with power. After doing so,
shit.
the golems will be powered up, making them much more dangerous. You don't need to memorize what interacts with what. When selecting a room, you will be shown the locations that will make other rooms level up.
Okay,
and
that's
exactly
cool.
what effect it will have on the temple.
I was gonna say that's gonna be like a fucking spreadsheet you're gonna have to download. A week after it
running the
comes out.
temple, a few of the rooms will destabilize and be removed. It will be up to you to rebuild the temple, adding
Okay.
6 more rooms each time you come back, making the temple larger and larger and larger. So that's the basic functionality of the temple, but there is a lot more. Once Doriani finds out about your travels to Lyra Vaal, he will attempt to persuade
I think that's
you
a
to
new
take on
mercenary
new
skill.
mission.
Yeah,
The
that shit
temple
looks
entrance
crazy.
contains a prototype of the time portal device. It will be able to take you back in time, but only to one specific point, right before Edzeri triggered the cataclysm that destroyed the Vaal. He requests that you go back and attempt to stop Edzeri to prevent the Vaal from ever being destroyed.
How does that affect the campaign?
Edzeri is on the far side of the temple, so you will need to expand the temple significantly to get to her.
Yeah.
And
Why
even
wouldn't you just go
worse,
straight
her
there?
chambers can only be unlocked
I
by a
guess if you
room
want better
that isn't
loot.
currently accessible to you. In order to deal with that, you are going to need to visit the architect of the temple. To get to him, you will need to place path rooms, but while doing so, you will probably want to exploit some of the Vaal technology only available in the past. Once you can travel into the past, a whole new set of rooms are available to you, and they have some pretty insane rewards. At level 1, the corruption chamber can be used to corrupt a single item,
Okay.
but placing it next to a thaumaturge to run the place, and a sacrificial chamber to provide soul energy, you'll be able to level it up. And it's worth it.
This is
Because
really
once you get
deep.
the room to
There's a
level
lot
3,
of stuff
There
here.
are some very nice rewards to
Yeah.
be had. In a level 3 corruption chamber, you will find this mysterious device. It has a slot to place an item, and it only accepts items that are already corrupted. What will happen to them? Well, normally once an item is corrupted, you can't modify it any further. But this device allows you to corrupt your item a second time, adding another enchantment.
Okay.
This has the capability to craft some very powerful items indeed. But be warned, the Vaal are all about taking risks in the
That looks like a
pursuit
new
of
item
power.
too.
That
There
looks
is a
new, yeah.
50% chance that the item will be destroyed.
Yep.
So it's basically like desecration, but you can do it twice.
Yeah.
Each
But
room
instead
has
of
its own
using
interesting
bones, you
mechanics
use-
and rewards when it levels up. Many of them contain bosses to fight,
Doriani.
special drops,
Doriani's, yeah.
and in many cases, new crafting opportunities.
Gem corruptor.
Corrupted skill gems.
For example,
Let's
a
go.
level 3 alchemy lab has a nasty Vaal construct to fight.
Holy
But
shit,
if
that
you can
dude's doing
defeat it,
crazy
you can
damage.
find new corrupted soul cores.
Yeah, you can do crazy damage with a little bit of mercenary.
Like Guatalitzi's Thesis, which on boots allows you to sacrifice your life to run faster. Or
What? That's
Sita Qualotl's Thesis, which on gloves will
Every
revive
single
one
blood
of your
mage is gonna
minions
use that
whenever
last
an
one.
offering expires. Get a sacrificial chamber to level 3, and you will need to face a highborn priest of sacrifice. Defeat him
That guy.
to be able to further corrupt a Vaal unique, modifying it in unpredictable ways.
He's one of the interlude bosses. He was a pain in the
One
ass.
of the
when I
mods
fought
of
him.
this unique will be removed and replaced with another random mod.
I want that thing in my hideout.
For example, this Soul Mantle. It gives you an additional totem, but lowers your totem's life and curses you when they die.
Okay.
By using the machine, this could result in a terrible item if you remove the good mod, but also some amazing items if you replace the downside.
A 25% attack speed is crazy.
Now, one extra thing to mention about these Vaal crafting machines. You don't have to take the items you want to craft into the temple. If you don't have the item you want to craft with you at the time, then clicking this button will allow you to create a currency item instead,
Vaal
allowing you to do
Fuser.
the craft later or trade it if you want.
Okay.
Now there are
That's
all
cool.
sorts of interesting rooms you can find in the temple.
So there
But the
isn't a
last
way to
one I
like
want
waste
show
a
you
run.
today
That's good.
is the Flesh Surgeon. A Vaal Flesh Surgeon can be leveled up by placing him next to a high-level synth flesh lab. But be careful. The Flesh Surgeon has some rather unpleasant experiments in his personal lab.
What the hell? We got a fucking Frankenstein.
Afterwards, you might notice the surgery table just sitting there. The Vaal are great at crafting items. Why not do some crafting on
Frankenstein.
yourself? After laying down,
What?
you'll be asked which limb you'd like to replace.
Oh,
Left arm, perhaps your right leg.
they're doing like a
Each limb can
grafting
get a
shit.
different set of random bonuses, so choose
That's
wisely.
cool.
We got fucking
After
Godric.
getting up from the table, try out your new limb. It
That's
seems to work fine, and even perform better than your normal one. Now, there is just one thing with replacing body
Yeah,
parts.
there's a drawback.
If you die and are resurrected, your body will return to its natural
oh,
state.
okay. So it's not permanent.
You might need to return to the Vaal Surgeons if you want another robot arm, and maybe get a better one next time.
I
Some
wonder if
rooms,
it's
like the
random every
Commander,
time.
can give you a new type of reward. Medallions that can be used to manipulate the temple in other ways.
They haven't said for sure
Using
that
a
corrupted
Queeper
skill
Lartal's
gems are a
medallion
thing.
will allow you to artificially boost a room, even if it doesn't meet the normal requirements to level up. And a Huatalotli's medallion will stop rooms from destabilizing when you complete a temple, allowing you to guarantee getting a reward a second time.
Okay.
Great if you want to stock up on double corrupts.
I'm gonna have to watch this like 4 or
Now,
5 times
with
to
all
get
that
everything.
aside,
This is a lot.
Time
Yeah.
to face the Architect, and you will be in for a fight.
Okay. Pinnacle boss.
Once defeated, you will find another console that can be used to modify the temple. But this one is special. It allows you to place new types of rooms with specific rewards. There are rooms with specific uniques,
I have that.
special runes,
Nice new runes. I
And
didn't put that
currency.
on. I should have put that on the.
but also a few other, more niche crafting experiments. Like this one, that can extract the socket balls back out of an item, at the cost of destroying it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's
Now,
gonna be so
something
nice.
really important is every league
Okay,
we
so you
release
can
a significant
take runes
amount
you
of
want out
content
of
for the
gear you're
end
not
game.
using anymore.
In order to make
That's
sure that
cool,
the fate of
yeah.
the Vaal works well for late game players, we've added many mechanics to make sure that you can scale the difficulty and rewards to match.
Getting some rooms to level 3 adds extra mods to the entire dungeon, and these stack with each other. So in endgame, when you can get some really big temples, you can generate a challenge that can even match the strongest of characters.
Yeah.
We also start to introduce ways to store
Oh
up
my
energy for the
God.
temple, allowing you to save up many runs so you can do them later at your leisure, and not interrupt your mapping too often. Now in each league, it's important that we have a new pinnacle boss to test your character's might.
Okay, this is the pinnacle
In the
boss. I
Fate
marked
of
it
the
off
Vaal,
early, but I was
you
still
will
right.
get to face Adzeri while she was at the peak of her power. One of the rewards you will gain by defeating the Architect is the ability to place the Royal Access Chamber. Once connected to your temple, you can visit it to finally reach the Queen of the Vaal herself. This fight takes place at a critical moment in history. Right as Adzeri communes with the beast's
Four
power,
boobs
it takes
confirmed.
her true corrupted form.
I know a lot of people are real happy.
Now, we are not going to show you the whole fight, but we will tempt you with one of the rewards. This is Adzeri's rule. This staff gives additional levels to all of your corrupted gems.
Right there.
And lets
Okay.
you trade life for extra
They
damage.
did confirm it. Okay.
But in addition to that, while using the staff, mirrors of refraction will constantly appear on the battlefield. Any projectile you fire at these will split into a nova, and they can chain from one to the other.
Holy shit.
So, that's the fate of the Vaal League. But we are also bringing the previous league, Rise of the Abyssal, into the core game.
Nice.
Along
Like,
with a few
everybody knew
changes.
that. It's too good.
Now,
Yeah.
for those of
To
you
just
who
get rid
haven't
of.
seen what happens when a league is over, it's important to understand that you will not be seeing abysses in every area anymore.
Yeah.
Rise of the Abyssal is now one of the league mechanics that can show up randomly in endgame. If you want to specialize in running abysses, there is now a tablet that will allow you to add them to any map you run.
Good. Yep.
You can also craft the tablet to add abyss-specific mods to enhance how they function. Now that Abyss is core, it also needs its own Atlas tree.
Okay, so they're not completely
You can gain
overhauling
your first points by completing an
that
Abyss,
Atlas tree because it looks the same.
but there are more available for doing depths and killing certain bosses. And there are a bunch of different options. You might just want more monsters and bosses, but you can also make finishing an Abyss have a chance to overrun a nearby map with the Abyssal. Or make your Waystone modifiers also apply to Abyssal depths. You could specialize in the interaction with other leagues, or specialize in a specific Abyssal faction. One of the important elements that we have heard loud and clear is that needing to do Abyss crafting on Waystones is quite annoying.
Yeah,
So,
it did take a while.
we
You
have
have to do
removed
it
In
one by
fact,
one.
we have removed instilling from Waystones as well. This
Okay.
mechanic felt mandatory on maps because
Yeah.
it boosted the value of all other content. But it was both annoying to do and resulted in a lot of visual clutter.
Oh, are they gonna get rid of the fog?
Instead, we are bringing back some of that power on tablets, which you don't need to craft nearly as often, since they last for 10 maps each. Once you defeat the Arbiter of Ash, you will be able to upgrade tablets to a rare with 4 mods using regular currency. Even this isn't enough to fully bring back the power you could have gotten from instilling, so we have also buffed the bonuses that tablets give.
Okay, that's
forward,
good.
We're not going to be adding any more crafting directly to Waystones outside of the basic currency, because it adds too much micromanagement.
Yeah.
But on that note, Fate of the
That's true.
Vaal does bring the ability to corrupt your tablets,
Oh god.
hoping to get
corrupted
one of
maps.
many different random outcomes. Now, with regard to Delirium Fog,
Oh.
even though you shouldn't have
Yep.
to have it on every map anymore, we still did want to make it less visually annoying.
Yes.
Delirium Fog has been toned down significantly,
Good. That
so
was.
you won't feel like you're just playing in a sea of grey.
Everybody and their grandma wanted that to change.
Another
Okay.
big source of problems in the endgame
Where is
is the
that at?
feeling of getting
Here.
overwhelmed with monsters.
Right there.
In 031, we reduced the number of monsters in early endgame in order to help with this, but still scaled up the number of monsters to previous levels by the time you got to tier 15. Well, after letting this simmer for a while, we are still getting this kind of feedback. So we are no longer going to scale up the number of monsters you go as you get deeper into the endgame. Instead, we are scaling up the difficulty and rewards by the same amount. So to be clear, instead of increasing the number of monsters by 40%, they will instead drop 40% more items,
Okay.
grant 40% more experience, and
Oh.
have 40% more life. In addition
Okay.
to all the normal scaling they get due to being higher level. This only applies to regular monsters.
40%
not
more
bosses.
experience is a fucking lot.
We have also reduced the speed modifiers that monsters can get sometimes, which also helps a lot with this. Now, we did have a large amount of content for endgame planned for 040, but unfortunately we just didn't get time to finish it. The scope was a bit too large, and so we would need to wait until 050 for that. But rest assured, there will be a ton of upgrades for the existing leagues, as well as new pinnacle bosses, and a significant overhaul to the Atlas passive tree coming soon. Now,
Okay.
another problem that becomes a much bigger issue in the
Performance.
endgame is game performance.
Oh my god, here we
We've
go.
done a lot of work here. The primary issue is CPU load.
Yes.
To address
yes.
that, a lot of things have been optimized, and we have done a lot of work to take advantage of more of your CPU cores.
CPU load and the servers.
You should see frame rates of at least 25% higher, and a lot less bad frame spikes during gameplay. It does make quite a big difference, especially on consoles.
Yeah, it does.
A lot more work in this area is ongoing, and you will continue to see performance improvements over the next few months. Of course, another important area is game balance, and we have made a lot of changes.
Here we go.
Now,
R.I.P.
most of these we will save for the
R.I.P.
patch
Light
notes.
Lightning Arrow.
But I'll do a quick summary of some of the numbers.
Yeah, where's performance?
As well as adding 11
there.
new unique items, we have rebalanced dozens of others that are not currently used very often.
Yeah, all the trash
We've
ones.
also done a pass over lineage supports. 21 of them have been rebalanced, as well as adding 9 more.
Nice.
Alongside the 2 new Druid ascendancies, we have made balance changes to almost all the others, with some of them getting a grander rebalance, such as the Smith of Katava. Alongside the
Yeah,
20 plus
Katava
new
was
Druid
trash.
skills, we've also rebalanced 90 other active skills across all the
90.
different classes. And to top it all off, there are also over 250 new passive skills added to the passive tree.
Life.
Lord have
These
fucking
changes should go a
mercy.
long way to increase the viability
make
of
it
many more
bigger.
skills, uniques, and overall build variety that can tackle our most challenging content. Next up, we're going to be talking about our new
Okay.
supporter packs.
I did not get a bingo. There's a lot of
Today,
stuff that I
we're
did not
launching
get.
2 new series of supporter packs, the Precursor and Calgurin packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way.
Yeah.
The Precursor series of supporter packs contains
you get the
6
gold, guys.
exclusive
Look at that big-
microtransactions.
Oh yeah, you get.
First up, the Marble Statue character effect.
Okay.
Once you finally
Oh, wait,
stay
that's a
still
character
for a
effect? I
moment,
thought it was a statue.
podium rises up out of the ground to
Oh.
immortalize you, turning your skin to marble.
That's cool.
When you next move, the stone crumbles around you.
That's cool.
The Precursors had mastery over gravity manipulation. So too can you, now with the Gravity Well portal.
That's sick.
Witness the power of its pull as you approach it.
Well,
Draw in enemies with your own gravitational pull with the Awakened Precursor armor set. The Precursors designed
little
and built
bug.
many
little pet.
mysterious ancient beings. This one used to serve as a scout that would patrol and tase intruders. Why salvage gear yourself when the Master of the Forge can do it for you?
What is?
Molten gold spills out as the Forge Master breaks down your items.
Oh, he's the a disenchanter.
Oh, that's
The
or
relic
no,
of the
he's the
Precursor's map
salvager.
device is a mysterious
cool.
machine that sits atop ancient colossal statues. It keeps track of the number of charges consumed on your precursor tablets used in the device.
Okay.
The Calgurin Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
Is that the stash?
The Calgurans had astounding skill in astronomy, being able to track cosmic events with absolute precision. Harnessing that skill, with the Astronomer's level up effect equipped, you too can now see exactly how long it took you to level up as it outputs
Wow.
the time in chat.
He's holding it in one hand.
The
No,
time
no,
taken to reach your
that's
last
a spear.
3 levels is also displayed
I
on
thought
the
it was a
item,
quarterstaff.
so you can link it when you have a time you're proud of. Crush
Okay.
unique enemies by unleashing the wrath of the
Whoa.
lost Calguran fleet, led formerly by Captain Heartland himself.
Yeah.
oh, cool.
A Calguran seafarer
pirate.
needs
That's
armor
cool.
fit for the treacherous seas of Rayclast. This set has
Peg
you
leg,
covered
dude. You
with
see
the
that?
classic
Yeah,
tricorn,
oh, yeah.
and of course, a peg leg.
Yeah.
The Lost Treasure weapon skins top off your appearance of a true raider of the seas.
What is that? Like,
These gilded weapons can be applied to wands, two-hand maces, and shields.
That's cool.
cool.
After a long day of plundering
Ooh, here we
loot,
go, the hideout.
retreat to the Kraken's Cove hideout.
It's a fucking
A home
pirate
of some
ship
of the most
hideout,
deadly
dude.
ocean-dwelling creatures in Rayclast.
I'm
Many
buying
ships
that.
have met
That's
their
my new
demise
hideout.
here.
Yeah.
What better to accompany you in Kraken's Cove?
It is a
than
stash,
Kraken
dude.
itself?
That's sick.
That is
Place
so
your stash
cool.
with a dormant kraken, waiting for its prey. As you approach, it will awaken and terrify both you and any guests in your hideout.
Oh yeah, when they go to
Alongside
get from
this,
your shop.
an
That's
extra
funny.
stash skin item will be granted to you, and when placed, will automatically open to any stash tab set with the currency affinity, to help having to navigate through your tabs.
Okay. Huh.
That's cool.
Additionally, any microtransactions from these supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 1.
Cool.
Thank you very much for all your ongoing support. We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D.
Okay.
Afterwards, at 11 AM NZ time, we'll post the patch notes. With release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release. Keep an eye on the news. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to playing alongside our fellow shapeshifting exiles, all while uncovering lost Vaal secrets by doing some dungeon crafting. We'll begin the Q&A shortly, so please get your questions ready.
Okay. It's a lot of stuff. So something that I saw pretty early on. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Something I saw early on that really says a lot about GGG.
Making it perfect
Okay.
for you, a bear, simply use the skill.
When the bear
Your character will instantly transform into a bear and attack for hybrid melee and caster gameplay. Most of the skills you use in your human form last for some time and aid your
does this, and the ground breaks apart, they have to make it so all the pieces match every single ground that's in the game, because these are all red, and then later on the bear does it get a different map, and can the chunks look like that ground as well.
Yeah.
I think that says so
That's crazy.
much about like the amount that they care.
Yeah.
animal skills in some way.
Because like,
The volcano we used earlier will emit more
99% of developers are not going to do
perfect
that.
for use with your bare
They're going to have a
slam.
default one that would fit
While in
anywhere.
bare form,
Something else during the interview when they were talking about how like the animal forms were gonna dodge, and their first idea was, well, you'll just be human form if you dodge and you'll go back. Most devs would have just done that because it's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
But they chose to do the hardest route, and they figured out how to make it work.
Yeah.
That's what makes them like in the top
three.
three at least of developers in the industry.
Yeah.
So the way they talked about it before, they made it seem like he was going to be heavily focused on endgame, can that like a lot of things are going to change. It seems like they kind of had their sights held a little too high, and they had to kind of like condense it.
Yeah.
So it does kind of seem like it's the druid, and then Vaal stuff, and then like a bunch of like quality of life stuff, which is fine. I mean, they could have come on today and just said druid and performance is better, and I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
So the
Those
whole
Vaal temples are going to be really fun.
that thing's gonna be that is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, those are going to make runs a lot longer too.
Yeah, so the only thing that I'm kind of bummed about is that the new trial isn't coming. I was really hoping that they'd have that ready, but I think what Mark said later on is that they're gonna have mid-league patches. Like it isn't gonna be like you gotta wait until 0.5 for some of the
Once
other
defeated, you will find
changes.
another console that can be used to modify the
But
temple.
this whole thing
But this one
looks like an
is
entire
special.
game on its own.
It allows you to
This
place
is
new
crazy.
types of rooms with specific rewards.
I'm gonna have
There are rooms with specific uniques.
like
special
tomorrow.
rooms,
There's gonna be a
And
bunch of
currency.
videos just talking about this and how
but
it's gonna
also
work.
A few other more niche
Yeah.
crafting
Made by people.
experiments. Like this one.
This
They can
thing's
extract
really
the socket
cool.
balls
How
back
you
out of
can
an item
get your runes
at the
back.
cost of-
That's another thing about GGG, because that
Once defeated,
so-
you will find another console.
players are having a problem with runes not dropping enough. So the easy thing they could do is just increase the drop rate. Doing this function, it solves that problem, but it also gives the player agency.
Hmm.
And they've always been like that. They haven't just looked at a problem people are having and just, done a simple, a number increase or something easy like that. They actually figure out the root of the problem, and they build it from there. And
It made it better.
yeah, it's like because just increasing drop rate is a band-aid, because you're over time other things are gonna change.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna have to change being able to just take them out of gear you've used already. That's a forever fix.
Yeah.
That can be used to modify the temple. But this
I'm really
one
happy
is
about that
special.
fix, because there's some
Yeah.
like
Allows you
runes
to place
to
new
where like
types of
you're like,
runes
shit, I just
with
got
specific
a better
rewards.
one.
Yeah, because like
Or like, I don't. This one's in this weapon. It's good, but I don't want to like get rid of it.
yeah.
But now you
it's
can get it back.
I have a new bow. I'm low on lightning res. And I'm gonna be even lower if I replace my bow.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, because you don't have any more lightning runes in your inventory.
Yeah.
But the only thing about this is
You have to have it on you.
well, one, you have to have access to it in your Vaal temple, for one.
Yeah.
Unless you can bring it to your hideout, which could be cool.
There are
Yeah.
rooms with specific uniques, special runes,
But I'm really surprised
and currency.
that they didn't talk about corrupted gems a little more. Like, talking about like what corrupting a gem like changes it, how it changes it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that. But the druid looks absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Just that stampede attack from the bear.
Yeah.
That just looks like so much fun to use.
Druid God of War would look like if he was a bear.
Again,
But wait, no.
this is insane too.
Finally, build up enough rage and you can use one of the bear's ultimate
Yeah.
abilities, Walking Calamity. This skill summons a storm of fire around you for some time,
Yeah.
while generating even more rage
That's-
to power your other
That's
abilities.
fucking gross.
A true
Yeah.
bear apocalypse. Now the bear is known for being a slower and more lumbering animal, with slower attacks and heavy slams. But what if you want to turn into something a little more nimble?
I was
Well, let's check out the second
I
animal
was
form for the
hoping that you could have summons as the shaman, but
Yeah.
it seems like if you want summons, you got to use wolf in there, which could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this is a W.
Yeah, this is a big W.
Yeah. I
Holy
didn't
shit.
get a bingo. Never get a bingo, but I guess the visual clarity kind of got addressed with the delirium.
Yeah.
Armor and evasion weren't touched.
Boots.
Boots didn't get touched. I guess it's kind of cheating to add the more skill gems, because that was going to be coming with the druid anyway, so I'm not going to mark that
Yeah.
off. But yeah, I was hoping for at least a couple changes to the actual like mapping system, but it sounds like that's going to be a mid-league thing, which is fine too. But yeah, I'm excited. What type of druid are you most excited to play?
The bear.
Yeah,
But that's the thing is though.
the bear
is that
looks like
fire drops off though. I don't know if like
yeah. Well, so the patch notes are gonna come out, and that's gonna give like specific like buffs and nerfs, like it's like all of the balancing information. So so they could have buffed fire because they have to have known that it does kind of dip off later in your build.
yeah, I know.
So
I know the ice is gonna work because I'm doing an ice build right now. and
Ree's build
haven't
up
struggled.
works really well. Like
Yeah.
you can Ree's things
Yeah.
like one or two button presses if you get the build up.
Yeah. And obviously the Wyvern lightning great, so we already know that
Yeah.
one's probably not gonna be a struggle either.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do
Honestly, the Wyvern, because the oil,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Just because it's such a unique idea, like we haven't really had ever. But depending on what you do, I think if you go bear, I think I'm gonna do human with wolves, so I can have the summons.
Yeah.
if you go wyvern, I'm gonna go bear.
I'm gonna probably the next 3 playthroughs we do. I'm probably just gonna go the different version of
Hall
the druid.
druid, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try a fire on a monk. If they really did
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
do some buffs on fire, I want to try fire on a monk. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
No new ascendancies, but it sounds like there's a lot of like changes to existing ascendancies. But the passive tree is getting, it's like doubling in size, it seems.
Yeah. What do you say, like 130 new skills or something like that?
I think he said like 200
Yeah, that's crazy.
new nodes added to it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how the druid skills are going to work with other classes too. Like, I assume the animal ones probably
Yeah.
won't work, but like there's obviously they like the vines and stuff you can probably use on like
Yeah.
in the water too.
So it seems like they're all tied to primal. It's just not a. It's not a
weapon.
Yeah. So could a monk shapeshift into a bear if they have a talisman equipped? I don't know. We're gonna have to see, unless the talismans get added to the
Skill tree.
guild gem thing.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna have to see, but
That's what I think. I think they might be a talisman skill.
yeah. Because I'm assuming a primal is the druid stuff too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
Don't warriors use primal too?
No.
Oh no.
Primal's blank. It just says coming soon. Just like on swords and axes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So I'm assuming because like primals gotta be like the plants and the rain and stuff like that, right? But like,
yeah,
I can't imagine they're gonna have primal and talismans just for one class. You know, because
yeah, it might be primal.
So yeah, I think that talismans can be used by any class, which could be crazy.
Yeah, I think the obviously shape-shifting one's gonna be tied to the talisman, because isn't that how you switch between bear and wolf? That you go in your character or you go in your inventory and just click on it, and then you'll switch what form you turn into.
So Jonathan said that the one that you pick on your talisman just picks your default attack.
Oh.
So like, it's like you could have like your bear form, like a maul attack as like your basic attack, and then like you won't have to change it to wolf to use a wolf ability. You can just do it seamlessly.
Yeah.
That's what Jonathan said, at least, unless I heard him wrong. But I feel like it wouldn't be seamless if you had to open your inventory every time you want to change. Unless you can tie it to a button.
Yeah.
But that seems counterintuitive as well. I'm gonna put this on mute and play it, just because we're talking.
I'm glad the damage isn't gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Just making it look ass.
Yeah, I guess like no one's gonna play the wolf if that's
there's
what
probably
it is.
there's probably no skill gems on it or anything.
Yeah.
Or I mean supports. It's probably just
Well, it was probably just like a test build of the game, just so they can show off what everything does in action. But because I did watch his health bar, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, this is...
Please don't be garbage.
This is like a Hand of Chayula monk here. But yeah, it'll be better.
I love how the wolf can like backpedal.
Yeah.
That's so cool. See, this is what I wanted. I wanted like the Worgen from like World of Warcraft type werewolf, and like
it looks like that.
I'm glad they incorporated both of them.
Yeah.
Like you run like an actual wolf, but you attack like a werewolf.
Yeah, it's
cool.
it's a good middle ground.
I like the moon ability he did too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they incorporated werewolf with the moon.
I think they're showing it here. Nope, freezing mark. I like how you can use other class abilities on it too.
Yeah, I love those meta gems where you can, so instead of wasting a slot on the mark, it just automatically does it for you.
Yeah.
I have that on my archer. It's the lightning mark where you can just it just automatically marks them, which is
a
lot helpful. Than it feels like this is gonna be another skill bar fuller, because there's just probably so many cool abilities you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This is cool.
Shit.
This boss is really hard. I want them to put him in the actual campaign, because you only fight him in the interlude act. This is a really cool boss. He's one of my favorite ones in the game.
If you can get that moon ability mid-game, you're gonna fuck Jamonra up. That's all ice.
If I had a Jamonra...
Wyvern.
I will respect
Wyvern has a number of long-range
to ice just for Jamonra. I don't care. I hate him. I assume... I'm curious. They didn't really specify like the skill gem. So like I assume there's skill gems for well, obviously the wyvern, the wolf, and the bear. But that's a lot. Like, is it gonna have like...
I'm assuming guild gems are gonna be tied to a certain wild shape. So like, because I don't know how you would program it to work on all wild shapes. That would be a coding hell. I assume. So like, it's like if you have the Hoyle, you'd be wyvern. But then if you want to use like a different fire thing to set it, you would come out of wyvern. But we won't know for sure until it's out. But
yeah, I'm just curious on like,
and they might be talking about it because the interviews still going. But I don't want to record me just watching that. So
yeah,
I'll probably watch it later or have it on my second monitor when we're playing something. But yeah,
I'm just curious on like just how it, like if you select the form when you go into cut a skill gem, I assume it will be the bear, all the bear shit, and then if you have wolf selected, it will go wolf, and then the wyvern, it will be the wyvern. Because I'm just trying to vision when you're cutting the skill gem, that's a lot of scales.
Yeah. Like, I feel like druid builds are gonna max out your guild gem lot. you're gonna be.
Yeah.
This could be a lot of button pressing.
I wonder. Well, this dude's making it work. I'm gonna say I kind of want to do all 3 elements, honestly.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how these all work with other classes too. This just adds a lot of build variety for all the classes, really.
I want to use the rain on my archer, so I can do that.
That'd be, oh my god.
That's a monk, I think. No.
Deadeye just got even more broken with the rain shit. You're right. Oh my god, dude.
I'm gonna have to test that out.
4 patches in a row, everyone's gonna be playing either Druid or Deadeye.
I assume the Druid skin. I assume the Druid skills will be in like the older league, right? The base game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A Druid's gonna go to core day 1. It isn't gonna have Vaal in it because that's the league mechanic.
Yeah.
But
Fire Tornado.
This one looks insane.
Gross. That's gross. Yeah.
That
just looks so.
That looks so fun to use.
And they make it look
so
powerful,
good.
dude.
Yeah, it looks powerful. I want to try to combine warrior with bear. If that's possible, that'd be warrior's best build, and it wouldn't even be close. I want to hear this again.
And can harness rage as a spellcaster.
The ascendancy details.
I'm definitely gonna go shaman, especially rage with the bear.
By allocating druidic champion, you gain spell damage the angrier you are, and with furious wellspring.
No inherent loss of rage. Regenerate 6% of your maximum rage per second. Increases. A mana regen rate also apply to rage regeneration rate. Skills which are not default attacks cost +5 rage to use. Skills which are not default. Inherent. Okay, so so it's basically like turning rage into mana.
Yeah.
Kind of how this reads, which is kind of cool.
You generate rage continuously.
And you could do a mace build using that ascendancy.
Yeah.
That would make mace builds crazy.
From runes and idols. After allocating Wisdom of the Magi, you will notice that all runes and idols have extra mods only available to the shaman. These new mods unlock countless possibilities for enhancing your build.
This whole thing, I could see every single druid just doing this ascendancy just for this.
Yeah. That's crazy.
When you first become an oracle, you'll notice over 130 new extra...
130, you were right. That's still a lot, though. I mean, look at that difference. If you open up the game now, this whole section of the passive tree is a barren wasteland.
After running the temple, a few of the rooms will destabilize and be removed. It will be up to you to rebuild the temple, adding 6 more rooms each time you come back, making the temple larger and larger.
It seems like it's multiple runs.
Yeah. It almost kind of sounds like it has like roguelike aspects to it.
You don't have to take the items you want to craft into the temple. If you don't have the item you want to craft with you at the time, then clicking this button will allow you to create a currency item instead.
I like that,
you to do the craft
because
later, or trade it if you want.
Oh.
Now there are all sorts of...
It keeps you from having like a wasted run.
Yeah.
That would feel really bad, like doing all of this and then like you just don't have something to corrupt you. You're like, oh well, fuck, I gotta do that all again. Okay.
But it was both annoying to do and resulted
I got all of this. But yeah, overall, it was a really big W.
Yeah.
Everything that they added looks good. It looks meaty. Looks like it's not gonna get stale. I'm kind of excited.
I am very excited too.
If they can get all of their endgame ideas put in the game, and then maybe one more class, I think they could drop, like, they can come out of early access. The rest of the campaign and the other two ascendancy trials would have to be there as well.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good enough place with enough content. I think the only other thing that they'd have to do is just do more performance work. Because I haven't really been having frame rate issues anymore. It's only crashes for me. So, so if that can be fixed, end game changes, and then one more class, probably a duelist so we can have swords. I think they could do I think they could do 1.0. I think it's almost ready. I think by the end of 2026, I think it'll be out of early access.
I wonder what the next class is gonna be.
I don't know.
Release in what, like 2 months? Is that when the game updates?
3 to 4. Every 3 to 4 months is the new league. But yeah, I'm excited. W.